Kansas takes down #1 Arizona. That's ridiculous. Go live. Let's go. This is what's wrong. This is ridiculous. Chat, that's all I'm gonna say, bro. This is retarded. It was all stupid, dude. Kansas, if y'all, you know, hold on, give me a second, chat. Let me fix my mic, by the way. Give me a second here. If y'all want Kansas to win, I'm sorry, but y'all are sorry, bro. Y'all are sorry if you want Kansas out of all people to win, chat. I'm just gonna say, bro. Everybody join this live right now. Let's go, let's go, let's go. We're watching the highlights of this game, and all I'm gonna say is that this was just disgusting, to be honest with you. I can't even tell you, bro, why Kansas. Yeah, it's gotta be stupid, bro. What up, Chill Dan, bro? I'm taking a break from the Mr. Beast thing right now. I'm watching this game. We just got defeated #1, bro. So here we go. Everybody in the chat, let's get in here. Let's get in here. We're gonna look at this game, man, because this was ridiculous, bro. That's all I gotta say. We need better refs in the Big 12. We need, I don't know, but you know what? I need to stop complaining. Here we go, chat. Here we go. It's ridiculous. Give me a second. Can y'all hear? Chat, give me a second, chat. What up? What up? What up? What up? Thanks for liking the live chat. We're going to be watching this game because this is a bunch of bull crud, man. Look at, see, that was good right there, chat. That was good. Boom. Ivan Kurchakov. We need him on the team, chat. I'm not going to lie. And then Krivas right here. Hold on. Krivas to Kurchakov. Kurchakov drills it out. Koa Pete wasn't doing anything, but Krivas, man, that dude was getting buckets. Boom. Dude, chat. That hook shot, hold on. That hook shot of Krivas right there, that little, that hook shot he does is insane, chat. Like, I cannot, like, watch this, chat. Watch this. Boom. That's money. That's filthy. What up, Trayvon? What up, everybody, for joining the live chat? Yeah, we're going over this U of A game because it was ridiculous that we lost. I'm not going to lie. Like, I can't even tell you why we lost, chat. Like, this was absolutely uncalled for, chat. So here we go. Look at, boom. We just had too many turnovers. We couldn't convert. Cole P did nothing, but it's all right. I forgive him. Oh, but you know what? I am happy though, because you know you can't win without losing. You know what I mean? You got to lose to be successful. Burries was on top of it, dude. I'm not gonna lie. The whole game, Burries was a dog, chat. That dude was getting buckets for us when we needed him the most. Krivas and Burries, they were on top of it tonight. The other thing too was that Krivas, dude, he was doing so much in the paint but had so little help, bro. Like I swear that dude got 67 blocks. No cap. I'm not even clip farming right now, chat. That dude had to have so many blocks. But anyways, let's tune into the rest of this. Here we go. I just can't stand Kansas, bro. Yucky. Disgusting. Here we go. Look at. Here we go. Watch, chat. Watch. Here we go. Look. Boom. What was that? Okay, but you know what? I'm not mad, but like, dude, like Koa Pete had so many of those shots, and I don't know if it was just like an off game for him, or I don't know if it was an off game, or I don't know if this dude was actually like getting contested. Like, was Kansas actually that good at what they were doing? Because I don't think they were, chat. I'm not gonna lie. Kansas had a good, and it's hard to perform in a crowd like that. But these people can't even dribble the ball, chat. They had a traveling violation because they're dribbling like kindergarteners, bruh. Peterson plays and they lose by 30. No, I don't think that they are gonna. I don't know, man. I mean, dude, to be honest, okay, I will say yes. If Peterson would have played, we would have won by a lot more. But it was just disgusting that these refs were calling these fouls. Just watch this. Hold on, give me a second. Watch this, like, boo, boom. We can't be missing those kind of shots. But Krivas was going crazy. Like, Krivas, rebound, hook shot. Of course, they call it travel on that. Wait, chat. Wait, chat. They want to call it travel on that. But do y'all recall the travel that Kansas State had? That was much more significant travel than what they called on us. Yeah, see? Thank you, bro. He was cooking, and he just couldn't do it all himself, man. He couldn't do it all himself, is all I'm going to say. Look at boom, Burries. Burry was cooking too. Boom. But he got blocked. I'm not going to lie. That play wasn't the best, but there's not much you can do when you have their paint game, man. They were defensive. Look at that was a nice move right there. Oh, chat. That was nasty, dude. I'm not going to lie. That was nasty when I was watching the game. Look at, goes here, fakes, puts it down. Like he's spinning like he's Steph Curry right there. Floater game. Dude, that hook shot from Krivas, he's nasty, bro. I'm not going to lie. That hook shot, he had buckets. Right here. Boom. Yep. Defense right there. He's still here. That's a tough shot. That's a really tough shot, chat. I'm not going to lie. Like, and that's a tough shot to get off. So I'll give him, I'll give Kansas props for that. They were hooping. They were really hooping. Hold on. Look, feed it. Feed to Krivas. They were dropping to double him. I'm not going to lie. Look at, boom. That's a big body right there. You can't guard that. You can't guard that, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it enough because we only could do so much. Here you go. Look, boom. And we were getting the high-low a few times. Like, a lot of the times we get the high-low, but boom. That's too open, man. I don't know what happened on the defense there, but we were doing good at the start, chat. We were up, 11-4, and then all of a sudden they just started coming back at the halftime. They were cooking, chat. That's all I got to say. They were cooking. Boo. Too easy, bro. Too easy. Look at, back him down. You had a Walker right there. Boom. Awaka didn't really do much either, I can't lie. It was mainly Burries and Krivas. Boo! Burries is his shot, man. That's a shot right there. He'll be gone next year. Here we go. Go around. Pass it out corner. They were just shooting the lights, man. There's nothing I can say. I really hope they show this travel though, because this travel was nasty. They wanted to call it travel on Krivas, but yet when it goes to their travel, this dude was traveling like a freaking preschooler, bro. That's all I got to say. Like, I haven't seen that travel since back in the day at elementary school, man. Jumping up and down like you're on a trampoline, bro. Look at back down. Okay. That's all they did. That's all they did, bro. That's all they did, chat. Kansas, you're not, like, I'm not going to lie, chat. That crowd is tough to play in. That crowd is more than tough to play in. Like, that crowd is bigger than McHale Center, but you know what? Didn't that guy... Wait, hold on. What'd you say, user? What'd you say, bro? You said... Give me a second. Peterson... Hold on. Yeah, 13. Didn't like that guy one bit. Which one, user? 8209. Thanks for joining in, bro. Bead Gunga dribble before he landed, so clear, not a travel. Bud, you're baked. No, that was a travel. That was definitely a travel. Look, if you hear the announcers, it was a travel. Watch. I don't know. We'll wait to see what they show it. But bro literally had the ball. He jumped. And he jumped in air, put the ball back on the ground. Right? And picked it back up. Like, if anything, you can jump and throw the ball out, but you can't pick it up. Matter of fact, you can't even put the ball down while you're on the ground like that. This dude threw the ball and jumped and picked it back up. I was at the game, and yeah, the field house was jumping. Loudest at the 40 plus games I've watched there. Yeah, it was, dude, the place was crazy. I'm not going to lie. It's a tough environment, but the refs were low-key crazy, man. That's all I'm going to say. The refs were crazy, dude. Refs were crazy. No cap. Look, here we go. Look. Blocked again. But that's one thing that we can't be doing is getting blocked, chat. Like, look at that. Nasty. Nope. Here we go, look. Flory Bedunga, the dude that travels around the dang world on his feet with a basketball, because I was messed up by that call. I'm not gonna lie. Big bunda, bruh. Watch. Hold on. There. You go there. Look it. Ready? Drives in. It's a tough shot, but you're not making it. We were both blocking each other down low. I can't lie. So, Big Bunda still had his dribble. You can jump and dribble before. No, he didn't. Hold on. I'll play the clip. I'll play the clip right here. Actually, I think I have the clip. I'm not gonna lie. Give me a second. Look, you can't. Hold on. Even the ref said it, chat. But you know what? They didn't make the call. There's nothing you can do about it. At the end of the game, we weren't. At the end of the day, we weren't going to win all of our games. We can't go undefeated. And I'll say it's a good thing because you got to lose to win. Like, now we have film to watch. We have film to study on Kansas. So when we go into the March Madness tournament, we can work on what we need to work on. You know what I mean? Let me pull it up right here. I got you. Right. Give me a second. Look at. You cannot possess the ball. Hold on, give me a second. Oh, where's it? Give me a second. Let me show you. They probably have it on the screen too. I couldn't find it on a clip though, because they won't. That's the thing. They don't have it highlighted. So, watch this. Hold on. You probably can't see it the best. Look it. Hold on. Bro is off of his feet. That's a shot possession right there. Bro is in the air. You could pass the ball out of that, right? You could pass the ball, but bro puts it down, picks it back up, and boom. And you can even hear it. Listen to what the rest are saying. That's not.
You drop it, you pick it up. You can't do that.
You can't do that. That's a valid rule in basketball. Hold on.
Now, there's 13.
There is 13 valid, like, clear rules, bro. And then one of those are the rules, man. You cannot do that, man. That's just. I'm not gonna lie. That's not. I mean, it is what it is, dude. There's reffing in basketball, and at the end of the day, you can't do nothing about it, dude. There's gonna be bad calls. There's gonna be good calls, but you know what? Yeah, see, man. You know what I mean, bro? But hey, man. Look, here we go. 13. We'll see if they show it, but let's see. That dude was shooting. I mean, we just couldn't get there, bro. They were breaking our defense. But, man, bro, like, come on. Like, here's JB. The other thing, too, was Jaden Bradley, bro. Jaden Bradley on Arizona was not doing anything. Neither was DeLorso, bro. DeLorso was not his night. I mean, he didn't even really pull the ball, and that's what we need. Jaden Bradley puts up a good 10 every night, 10 plus, but we didn't have that. And so when we lost, 78-82, we could have had 10 more points on the board easily on top of 5 free throws that we missed. We can't be missing free throws. So that's one thing we got to work on our side, I will say, because that's not, you can't go to March Madness with that. You can't go to March Madness with that. There's Aristode. He did hit a 3, but we needed more from him. I'm not going to lie. We really did. There you go. Watch. Big body. Boo. Tough shot. What can you say, man? Did you see the NBA fight? I didn't see the NBA fight. I did not, bro. I'm not going to lie. I didn't see it, man. What was the NBA fight about? What was it about, man? Let me know. I got to see. I might have to see it, bro. No cap. I'm going to have to see it. Goes one. There's like one. Yeah, maybe. I don't know, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm depressed. Go Gatos. You got to go Cats, man. Go Cats, dog. Go Cats, chat. A little far up. I can't lie. Give me a second, chat. Let me see. I can move this down. Move it. There you go. Okay. Let's just see if that does anything. I don't know. I don't think it will, but we'll see. We'll figure it out. Chat. I mean, we'll figure it out one way or another. We had a bad night, and that's all you can do. There's nothing really you could do about it. So here we go. Here you go, Jaden Bradley once again. This man did not score, and I'm honestly surprised. This is usually this is our senior dude. He's the leader of the team. He's got to, boom. That was the only bucket he had right there. That midi, and that was it. Yeah, it was honestly it was sad, but you know what? It's all right. Hey, yeah. Dude, Ivan's such a good ball player, man. He's a hustler, dude. That's what I notice in him more than anything. He does not stop playing. He'll get you every rebound. I mean, he'll hustle for the ball if it goes out of bounds. He'll steal the ball on defense. He's such a good ball player, bro. That's all I'm going to say. Let's see, right there. That's a tough bucket, dude. But to be honest, hey, wait, here's a... No, that's not the travel. Wait, this is maybe? No, it was when they didn't have a dribble. But still, you can't pick up the ball in the air and put it back down, man. It's nasty. Look at on. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. Hold on. Ridiculous, bro. Like Darren, dude, he didn't play, to be honest. I don't know what I would have seen from him. He should have played in the game, man. He missed out. You know what? That's what I'll say. He missed out on beating the #1 team in college basketball. He missed out, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to see this travel, though. Where was it in the game? Let me see. Let me check it. Let me check it. Let me check it. Is he hurt? No, he had the flu or something, bro. The coach was like during the game or before the game, they were like, it was somewhere. Was that quarter 2? It was quarter 2 where it was 64. We had 64. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to that play. Watch this, guys. It was during the game. Hold on. Hold on. Peterson is the best Jayhawk of all time, talent-wise. Obviously not career-wise. Dude is legit. He is good. I was watching him, but too bad he couldn't show up for the game, bro. It's somewhere right here. Watch. See, we were just falling all over the floor. You know, we were just messy, bro. No cap, man. Let's see if they show it. That was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. But like I said, what can you do, dude? Vassar was doing everything that he could, dude. I can't even lie. He was doing every single thing that he could, and he had no help. You know, Koa Pete was off. He wasn't bringing his A game. You know, if he would have brought his A game, you know, we would have been okay. But, you know, there's not much else we could have done, to be honest with you. So, that's, you know, it sucks, but at the end of the day, there's nothing much you could have done. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Let's see. Oh. You know, if he would have brought his A game. Dude, I'm not even on. Hold on, chat. Give me a second. Give me a second. How do I switch views real quick? Yo, chat, do y'all know how to switch? Give me a second. Anybody in here? How do I get this view onto that? I don't even know. Watch this. I'm just going to do this real quick. Give me a second. Need to get my money. Man, you delete this. Remove this. Give me a second, chat. Bear with me. Thanks for everybody that's joining in, bro. Keep the chat alive. I'm gonna get back to the video in a second. Just give me 1 minute here. I promise. Alright, bet. There we go. Alright. I think that's good. Low key. I mean, let me see. Probably pull it down a bit more. Let me see if I can do that real quick. Give me a second. Yeah, there we go. There we go. I mean, it's not bad. Not bad, eh? There you go. Okay, bet. All right. So let me get back to this chat. Give me a second. Okay. So what are you saying in the chat, bro? Let me check it out. Appreciate you for joining in, bro. W-Mans. Watching Peterson hoop, you can tell he's just different. The game is so slow for him. I will say Kansas basketball, good transition, but it's, you know, it's kind of hard to calculate that when you've been beating people by 20 the whole season, you know. It's a different kind of competition right here. Winning this game without DP makes me believe the Jayhawks are going to win it all. That is a good thing. But, you know, you never know the outcome, man. You never know, especially when you get to March Madness, bro. For any team, really. March Madness is when it becomes crazy. Any team can go in there and get a dub. Any team can upset it. I mean, you got small teams upsetting big teams losing, vice versa, man. So that's the fun of March Madness. But yeah, let's continue to watch this, see if they play that travel, and I think it's coming up, guys. So stay tuned. I'm gonna go crazy on this. I'm not gonna lie. Let me crash out on this chat. Don't take it personal. Let's see, bro. Yeah, I think it was after this. Give me a second. We'll see if they show it. See if they show this. This was a good dunk, bro. But look at, dude, I'm not gonna lie. If y'all are Kansas fans, you gotta give it to Krivas because Krivas was doing most of the work, dude. This dude had blocks. This dude had rebounds. He was getting back on defense. He was our major defense in the paint. And there's only so much that one person can do when you're playing that good a ball, man. Like, he was getting back on defense. He had those hook shot buckets. I mean, bro had over 15. You know, he had blocks. I got to see how many blocks this man had because he was just lethal. So, you know, he was doing a lot of the work, but he can't do it all. You know, you need to drop and help in the paint when, you know, you get beat. So, look at, I mean, that's tough to get back on too, you know. He was rotating. He was doing all that he could. So, W. Krivas in the chat. Here we go. This might have been it. We're going to get to the travel here real shortly and show you why Kansas traveled the basketball. There you go, big body right there. That's so tough, bro. That's so tough, and he was doing it all. Winning the game, true, March Madness is the ultimate test of any sports championship. Best team wins it every year. Is the ultimate test of any sports championship. Best team wins it every year, exactly. And the thing is, too, is like I said, anybody can go into March Madness and anybody can go win a game. It can be a small team. It can even be a team that wasn't doing well and upset the crowd. But most likely, it's always the teams that have been good. But it doesn't matter if you're a big. Doesn't matter if you're ranked number 1. At the end of the day, it's who brings someone down. Who's upsetting the crowd. Who's upsetting and going to the next, you know, Elite 8, Final 4 to bring it to the national championship. You know what I mean? Like, one year you had what was it? Dude, there's so many small teams. Like Duke didn't even win the Final 4, and they were like the number 1. Florida upset. Who was it in the national championship? It was Florida and hold on, I'm trying to remember who it was. Florida and was it Houston? I think it was, right? Was it Houston, chat? Correct me on that if I'm wrong. Anyways, here we go. Let's see. Here we go. Look it. What was this, chat? What are we looking at right here, chat? Look at this ball. Look at this travel, chat. This is a gosh awful travel right here. You see this? This dude missed. Watch this. Watch number 40, chat. Watch him. Gets the rebound. Watch. Gets the rebound. This is possession of the ball right here, chat. You cannot do this. This is a known rule. I'm sure even a middle schooler would know what this is. Look at. You get the ball. You go up. That's shot possession. You can't put the ball back down. You cannot put the ball back down on the floor once you have it. What up, Jordan? Thanks for joining in, bro. You cannot put the ball back on the floor after you do that. And bro proceeds to put the ball back down, pick it back up. That's like a pass yourself. That's too easy. If this was a legal rule, why couldn't everybody just do it? That's a travel all day. All day of travel, man. Appreciate the likes, Jordan, bro. W's in the chat, man. Stay tuned, bro. We're going to get this video. We got to film soon, too, bro, Jordan. So hit me up on IG, bro. I think Doug got some of the clips. I was sending them to him. But, yeah, man. Got to film. But, yeah, if y'all are watching this, that's a gnarly travel, bro. Refs were bad for both teams, but, yeah, that's a travel. Exactly. You see what I mean, bro? I'm going to watch it one more time because I cannot get over this. Look at here you go. Puts it up. It's not like he caught it in the air. And even if you did catch it in the air, you can't do that. Like, you can't do that off the ground. You can't do that in the air if you were getting a rebound. And most important, you can't do that when you're taking a shot. Like look at, hold on. So look at, you have him catch it right here. Right here. He has possession of the ball. No, also, his feet are on the ground. That's even worse, but it doesn't even matter because this rule in basketball is always a travel no matter what you have. So look, you're on the ground, right? He goes up. This dude is not on the ground. Hold on, look. His feet are not on the ground, chat. His feet are in the air, and I was watching this game, by the way. They showed possession from Mr. Cameraman right here under the rim. W's in the chat for that camera view because, you know, refs are blind, I guess. Didn't see it. Anyways, he's in the air. Krivas is blocking that, dude. That's good defense. And bro did not want to admit it was good defense. Like, that's a block. He didn't want to get blocked. It should have been our ball. We should have took the ball down the court, got possession. Easy lane, easy dunk, you know, converted right there, and we would have been right there with him. It would have been a closer game. Here we go. Boom. And after that, it was so bad that our momentum got killed, you know? Momentum got killed, bro. So, Jordan, W mans, bro. Appreciate the goat and the finger heart, bro. You're W's, bro. Appreciate you, man. Like I said, bro, we got to go put up more content, bro. Content grind, don't stop, and it's always cool collabing with new people, too, and that's the thing, too. It's how we're all going to get there, bro. Just filming videos, and helping each other out. We all have similar goals, so you know, the more we put out, the more we get together, you know, the more content consistency. And the main thing too is like doing it with each other and finding people to surround yourself with to do it with, because it's gonna push you to want to do more, and networking goes from there, bro. So we got to do that. You said heck yeah, bro. I was gonna go. DJ hit me up, but yeah, I know he told me, bro, because we met up and I was like, yo, where's Jordan at? Because I actually told him to bring you. And he got there. He was like, "Oh, he was sick," and I was like, "Dang, bro." But it's all right, man. I was telling him we gotta film for sure again. We're definitely gotta, you know, start filming more and more, bro. You know, I met you guys. It's, you know, we're gonna get there. We gotta help each other to the top. I got a few other people that I film with too, and just, you know, all come together and filming, man. That's what it's about. That's how you get to the top. You gotta surround yourself. You can't get there alone. You know, you gotta collab and do things. You know, help each other out. But yeah, man, we definitely got to film soon, bro. And yeah, we'll plan it out. I'm trying to get this video out by Friday, though. Do you know that what Doug said? I know he was trying to get the video out. I sent him all the files. I know Google Drive was tripping, I'm not going to lie. It always sucks when I try to send it, because apparently, like, one of the homies said if you're on a phone trying to receive content, it does take a little longer and it's harder for the phone to process rather than if you're on a computer. So Doug said he had an iPad, or he was going to go home and do it. I think he got some of them, but I'm still waiting on that. We're dropping it Friday. I'm gonna drop it on my channel Friday, but yeah, man. Yes, sir, bro. I'm gonna get back. Thanks for the dude, W-Mans, bro. Thanks for the roses, Jordan. I seen his clips of his stuff. I think he needs help editing. We kind of suck at that part. Oh yeah, bro. That's what I was gonna tell you, because I did see your message in my inbox actually early this week. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I don't be paying attention. My bad, to a lot of my messages. I don't really be checking the DMs like that on TikTok. But like I said, if you ever need DM, just DM me on IG. But I saw you were asking me what I edit on. I actually edit on Premiere Pro. I used to do CapCut, but Premiere Pro I've been using for because I have a class and I'm doing like videos for some stuff, and we get the perk of using Premiere Pro, which is honestly really cool. It's pretty expensive, because I remember I tried to get it when I was first doing content, and I got a free trial. It looked pretty confusing, but I've been using it a lot, so I've been getting the hang of it, and honestly, it definitely has a lot more features and a lot more to learn, but once you get the hang of it, it's pretty crispy, bro. So y'all ever need some help, or, you know, have any questions about editing, hit your boy up. You know, I'm still learning too. We're all new to this. That's why, you know, like I say, stand by, you know, we're helping each other with videos, cameraman. If any of us ever need a cameraman, bro, you know, we're all a part of it. Even if you're the cameraman, even if you're in the video, you know, we're still gonna, you know, add each other, and we're all gonna be a part of the video. But yeah, man, if y'all ever need help with editing, just hit your boy up. Got you. It's always nice having people that are doing similar things to help you. You said, I use CapCut. I don't know how to use stuff like that. Yeah, bro, that's how I was at first too. I'm not gonna lie. When I first started TikTok and stuff like that, and doing long form, like, because TikTok has a pretty nice editor. I'm not gonna lie. I like the editing on TikTok. I'll just go into TikTok and throw some clips in there real quick and edit it up, and it's pretty nice. You know about that. But when I was doing stuff like that, CapCut, I do like CapCut because it is pretty easy to use. It's pretty straightforward. It honestly looks like the TikTok. But the thing that sucks is CapCut is a little different on the PC. And honestly, I'll use CapCut if I'm doing a long form video on my phone. But for longer form videos, I've been using, actually here, let me show you. Matter of fact, Jordan, I'm sharing my screen right now. I'm working on that video, and I'm gonna show you a quick little glimpse of the interface of it real quick. I think this is it. I have pulled up, dude. I got a lot of stuff on my desktop, I'm not gonna lie. But let me open this real quick. So this is Adobe Premiere. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's pretty smooth, bro. Let me know if you can see my screen real quick. So this is Adobe Premiere. Dude, like I said, you can see it looks a lot different than CapCut. At least I thought it did when I first started doing videos and stuff. You got your media on the left side up here. I don't know, my mouse doesn't show. You got your media on the left side right here. So this is where, trust me, it looks easier. It looks confusing at first and kind of overwhelming. But once you look at it, like, because one of my directors was showing me at first, I was like, what am I looking at, bro? This is like the media where you import all your media, and it's nice because you can import PNGs, you can import like images, you can import all your media. So what I do is I'll download all the folders I have from my camera, put them in here, and what you do is you literally just take, like I even have like audios in here too that I put under. So basically, let me scroll back to the bottom, let me get a better view of this real quick. So this, you can use this to kind of like make it bigger, and this shows your clips. This is going to be your clips right here. Let me scroll down real quick. You got your clip timeline right here, and then down here where the green is, that's like your audio timeline. So this is like the audio effect timeline right here. You can scroll. So this is actually a really helpful tool for it. If you go like this, you can make the project smaller, so it's easier to kind of like get over to the end if you need to like go really fast and not want to drag like the whole waypoint all the way over. And then you can put it back bigger, really to your liking. I like to keep it, say like kind of like this. But that's pretty much it. Now, I'm still learning as well on this, but one thing that confuses me a lot is there's a lot of other things. Like if you go up here at the top, you can open all these editing things. You got audio stuff. You got essential sound right here. So if you go to like the sound right here of this music I have, you can scroll down. Up the decibels is where you do all your speed. So like if you click on the clip, then it opens it in this up here. When you're doing transitions and stuff is that much, like let me show you here. Like for this video, here I'm gonna show you. I'll show you a sneak peek of this video real quick. Give me a second, bro. Let me go back. When you're doing, give me a second, bro. Sorry, y'all gotta listen to that. Here's an example. So like this is something I did real quick. I did like the answer and I put it on screen and made it go kind of float to the end.
NBA championships has Steph Curry won with the Golden State
So you
Warriors.
got that right there.
You got to give me the years.
And then, you know, you can make it, so you see how it kind of like glides up to the right side right there? So what I do for that is you have this and you go to your effect controls, and this right here on the left side up in that top left corner is all your effect controls. So you got like the position, for example, like that little text box that I had float to the right corner, you would move the position. So you just set, you know, in CapCut where you have your points and you can mark a point and you scroll to the next and you mark another point if you want to like zoom in or zoom out or something like that. Here you're basically doing the same thing. Like up here it's kind of like a, as you can see, this little thing up here in the top left of the screen. There's my waypoint there. It's the same thing as the one right down here, but it's just giving you a better view of it so you can kind of cut it. So what you do is I have my waypoint, so I set it really close, and then I set another one. I kind of just dragged it. You drag it with your mouse to the top, so then it gets that effect. Let's see. I got like sound effects. So like I said, on that bottom left corner is all my media right here. All this stuff in this box is all my media, along with my audio, along with, like I said, PNGs, like the Steph Curry PNG I use to kind of like zoom in real quick. And you just literally drag that stuff from your toolbox right here onto the timeline. So it's pretty, you know, it looks kind of crazy at first, but once you get the hang of it, you know, you got the audio and everything like
21. Okay, you're...
You know, kind of like that. So I've just been messing around with it. Honestly, I'm liking how I'm doing this video. Like I said, you're not the only one that's new, bro. I'm trying to learn this stuff too. But yeah. The biggest thing, bro, I'm not gonna lie, the biggest thing for me, for like editing wise, dude, I just procrastinate hecka. Like I'll make a video and I'll be like, dude, I just can't sit down. But once I'm actually sitting down and you know, discipline myself to sit down and lock into the editing, I'll have fun with it. I think it's just like thinking the time that goes into it. But once you actually sit down, you learn more things and you get the hang of it. But yeah, man, like I said, if y'all ever need help, got any questions, y'all can always hit me up, let me know. But we definitely gotta, you know, work together, collab, man. Do a video for sure. But yeah. What up, Brody? Thanks for joining in, man. Appreciate you. All right. I need to low key go to bed soon, but I'm gonna finish watching this basketball low key, and then I'm gonna get off because I want to finish editing that video in the morning. Dang, hold on. Okay, let's get into this. So, anyways, that was a travel chat. Arizona is some. What you talking about, bro? Dude, we played our butts off, dude. Here, let me show you, Brody. Let me show you, Brody. Hold on, Brody. Hold on, Brody. Check this out, man. Check this out, bro. This was nice, but Krivas was doing everything. Now check this out, bro. This is the play I'm talking about. Y'all, Kansas traveled, bro. They traveled like crazy, and I can't get over it. I mean, yeah, you watched the game, bro. I'm glad. I'm glad you watched the game. Were you at the game, bro? Were you at the game? I would have told the refs to... Watch, look. What, wait, hold on, bro. Brody, what is this, bro? You got ball knowledge, right? Tell me what this is. What is this play? This dude is traveling right now. Picks up the ball possession, puts it back on the floor, and bro thinks he's Shaq for a second, man. If we would have converted on that, I'm telling you, this dude got scared of the defense, man. This dude got scared of Krivas. Dude was doing all the work. Look at right there. Boom. You know, he can't do everything, and he still gets back. He still gets back. Watch. Look at. Nah, there was out. Dude, I'm not going to. There was a lot of missed calls, chat. I'm not going to lie. Like, this call was one of them, but I can't complain. You know, at the end of the day, refs are going to make bad calls, and that's just how the game of basketball works. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we were very close, man. And all I'm going to say is the ref had some bad calls. We had some, I can't lie. You know, we're not perfect. We had bad possessions, but the refs did play a big part in it. There was a few times where Kurchenkov got shoved to the ground. They didn't call it. You had that travel. And then, you know, this is like the biggest thing. Like, how y'all going to be D1 and still traveling like a kindergarten? Be a split series, bro. Look, hold on. Look, boom. You can't, like, look, I'm going to, like, look, hold on. Brody, do you agree this was a bad call, though, bro? It was a pretty bad call. I'm just, I don't know. I was upset, man, you know. You got to understand your boy's upset. You know, number one team in the nation lost, man. But obviously, this is the way to put it. Hey, bro, I appreciate you, my boy. Be smooth. Have a good rest here. Hey, bro, appreciate you, Jordan. Thanks for tuning in, bro. Like I said, we'll film soon, bro. Have a good night, man. But, bro, all I'm going to say is that, like, dude, you know, you can't tell me, oh, that's what I was saying, is that, you know, you're going to have bad games, and I'm not going to, you know, I'm not going to be salty about it. Of course, I'm a little mad. Tommy Lloyd was mad. The refs were pretty bad, but it's good that we lost because obviously no team was going to go undefeated this season, you know, especially when you get into this kind of gauntlet, bro. But it's good because we have film now. We have film to study. We have film to look back on. We have film to see what can we do better on going into the tournament. You know, obviously we didn't play our A game. You know, Koa Pete was off, and that was a major thing. Jaden Bradley usually gets 10+. He was off. And then also the officiating on top of that. You know, I can't lie. We did have some, you know, we didn't have a good night tonight. We could have done better. You know, Jaden Bradley could have put up 10 more, and then we probably would have won by 10 or 15. But, you know, he didn't. And then, you know, I was just saying, you know, the refs called some bad calls. It was a very close game, and the calls were still on the line, man. The calls were still there. So if the calls would have went another way, you know, it could have been a different ball game 100%. And, yes, DP was out too, you know. And I'm not saying, you know, DP's a good ball player, man. And, you know, they did a very good job, man. They did a very good job for what they did. Props to them, you know. You got to give Kansas props, especially in their environment. That's a big stadium. But, yeah, bro. I'm excited to see when Kansas comes here. All I got to say is they're a well-fought team. You know, it was a very good matchup. We played very similar tonight. Like, we were back and forth all game. It was just the last minute, you know. You can't, when the time gets to ticking, there's nothing much you can do. There's nothing much you can do. Yeah, GG, bro. GG. 100%, bro. I just wish they would have called some better calls. I'm not going to lie, but I can't live with that. You know what I mean? Game is a game. We're going to lose. It's not a bad season. We already set history, so I'm happy with that at least. We set the history for our school, so, you know, it would have been nice to keep going, but, you know, it's got to come at some point, and honestly, it's probably better. You know, I'm not going to lie. I would have been more happy if we went undefeated, but at the end of the day, there's not much, you know, you could do. Anyways, let's watch the rest of this game, man. Look at, see, Krivas is doing a lot of defense right there. Like, he can't do everything. Boom, travel, puts it on the floor. You can't possess the ball like that. That's every ball player knows that. Every ball player knows that. Look at, you jump, you can't pick it up. Even if you're not jumping, you can't pick it up. You can't just sit on the floor, pass the ball to yourself, and pick it back up. You know, and this dude was in the air too. Even if you get a rebound, you can't get a rebound, put it back on the ground, and pick it up and go. Like, no, you know, you can't do that. That's a travel right there, chat. That's a big travel, but you know, and that's the thing too. Like, this was at the end of the game. That's why it would have mattered. It would have mattered if we would have got the ball back because we could have converted. But you know, the bad calls. You know, 61-64. Game ended 15 points over that. There was 10 minutes left. This was where we were back and forth right here. And, you know, that's what it was, man. So, you know, it's a bad call. Really bad call. With time and everything, too. Really bad call right there. Free bucket, honestly. Yeah, we needed help defense too, man. And why are we sitting on the floor too? Like, this is what I saw a lot of too. Like, there's a lot of things going on under the rim. Game is defined by bad call with 10 minutes left in the game. I think it is. I'm not gonna lie. I think that just because of how close the game was, and it wasn't even just that call. Like, as we went down, there was a few calls to where, you know, it was like they were calling a lot of fouls. Y'all went to the line a lot. I mean, I can't complain because when you're on the road, obviously you're not going to go to the line as much as when you're at home. But there was a lot of bad calls too. Like, I'll show you when we get back into this. There's people like fast break because people are getting shoved on the ground, and then right there. Oh wait. It's a good bucket. You know, there's not much you can defend when, you know, there's two. It's a good bucket right there, man. And I'm not going to lie, too. Like, we just couldn't, like, that's what I'm saying. We could have came back. Burries hit that last shot to bring us within two or three, man. And, you know, time was just not on our side. Time was just not on our side after us going down. After, you know, a few of those calls and a few bad plays after that. You know, let's see. Like that right there. That was the other one. There was a bad call, and I'm talking a really bad call where they called a foul on Krivas for doing that exact move right there. We got the board. We had possession, and they still gave Krivas a foul. Like, how is that a foul for foul? We'll see if they show it. I doubt they'll show it. It was one of those. Like, that's a tough bucket. But there was a possession at the end of the game that sent Kansas to the line. And honestly, I don't know. We'll see if they show it. There's nothing you could do about that, low-key. I mean, Koa Pete, like I said, you know, I think the bad calls played into it, but I also think we could have played better. You know, we weren't rotating. I don't know what happened. Maybe when Koa Pete got injured or something like that. Something threw him off, most definitely. He wasn't playing like he usually does. He was playing a C- game instead of a B+. So, I mean, I think that's the trade-off, too, for not having, what's his name, Peterson in. We had, like, two of our players that were not playing what they usually do. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even, you never know. Like, even with Peterson, you never know if he could have had a bad game. He's a good ball player, too, man. So I'm not saying he's not going to have a good game, but you just never know. Like, Koa Pete. Jaden Bradley's our star point guard, and he had a horrible game. He had a horrible game. Let's see. But, you know, there's not much you can do right here. Krivas goes to help, and, you know, there's no thing. Prophet, what up, man? Thanks for joining the live, bro. Appreciate you for joining last night, actually. Mr. Beast Decoding. I'm taking a little break from it. I'm not going to lie. I've been hooked on it, though. Like, I've been seeing some things. Like, I really think, though, we're looking too hard from what we saw last night, the Mr. Beast thing. We're looking a little too hard. A lot of the clues are, you know, they can't be put together, and I think a lot of them are distractions. Mr. Beast said we're not even close. And the other thing, too, is, like, we're looking so hard into it till we're, like, we're not getting anything out of it. So I think we're looking a little too deep, or maybe not deep enough at the right thing, if that makes sense. See, a good bucket, 71. I mean, honestly, look at they weren't calling some fouls. Can't be mad at it. It was a good bucket. I don't think that was really a foul either. I can't lie. Let me see. Gosh dang, hold on, give me a second. Would have been a foul on the floor though. Huh? Yeah, that wasn't a foul. Yeah, definitely not a foul right there. It's a tough roll, man. And now we're down by 6. Hold on, give me a second. Canes look so good, chat. Oh, give me some cane sauce.
I was out riding my bike when
Boy, I need to go to bed. Dang, it's already 12 o'clock, chat. Hold on, let me hurry up with this. Good, tough shot. Like, Ivan Kochetkov is a bucket, man. Look, out of bounds. It's our ball. He had some good stuff right there. Good defensive right there. And then after this, we got a good bucket. There it is. Boom. Brings us within 1 point. Boom. Right? We're within 1 point. And I think this was the foul right there that sent to the line. I don't know where it was, but it was with a rebound. And that was a little iffy, I'm not going to lie. It was very iffy. You know, makes the free throws. Good defense. I was kind of mad, too, that they took a shot like that. We should have took a 3 because Burries can shoot the 3 ball. I don't know why he drove inside. But, that's all I'm going to say. What up, Jake? Look at, I don't know why you would take the ball into 3 other guys. You could have shot the ball. And then, boom, makes the free throw, puts him up by another 3. And then we got I don't know, we didn't convert. We're just throwing up some shots. Good floater gang right there. Boom.
McDowell can run the baseline, looking for somebody to go long.
Nothing you could do here, bro.
Marco Jackson gets it back to McDowell. Oh boy, they may not be able to get it. And they foul. And now this is
Unbelievable.
White. And it's a 2-possession game. Bill Self said no fouls. Council grabs it, and that'll do it. Kansas has knocked off unbeaten Arizona. Number 1 goes down inside Allen Fieldhouse. No Darren Peterson, no problem.
Yeah, man. So it was a good game, well-fought game, but I'm excited to see what happens when Kansas comes here, man. It's gonna be tough, just like it was tough for us to go into that environment. McHale's a big place too, so we'll see what happens. Tough team though, for sure. All right, y'all. I'm gonna get off the live. If y'all haven't yet, make sure y'all follow, subscribe, do whatever y'all want to do, and peace out, man. Appreciate y'all.